Hey everybody, this is Andrew with High Five Plumbing. I'm standing in front of a 50-gallon natural gas water heater, and today I'm going to show you how we can flush this water heater and why we should flush this water heater. Reasons why we should flush this water heater is because over time, inside the water will develop calcium inside this water heater. And the calcium will settle down here at the bottom and it'll slowly stack up. And what eventually happens is the water wants to take all of its energy and start heating up the calcium deposits and not so much the water. So you're losing a lot of energy on that. So what we're going to want to do, and what you're going to want to do annually, is flush the water heater. That way we can remove some of the calcium and have as much of this tank empty as possible. That way the water heater can focus on its energy on the water and not so much on the debris inside the water heater. The first step we're going to take in flushing the water heater is we're going to turn the gas off. This red handle here will shut the gas off. The next step we're going to take is you're going to want to take your dial here and you're going to want to move it into the pilot position. So down and over into the pilot position. Once you have the gas shut off, the next step we're going to take is we're going to shut the water off to the water heater. Typically on the cold side inlet, you're going to have a valve, and then right here is our shut-off valve, and we're going to take this into the off position just like this, and that's going to stop the water coming into the water heater. Once you have the water shut off to the water heater, the next thing you want to do is disconnect the hot side connection, and what this is going to do is this is going to help the water heater drain. So in this application we have what we call as a dielectric union, and it's specific to when you're putting copper onto galvanized. Some applications you're going to see a water heater flex line, which does not have a union. And those you can simply disconnect right here at the nut. And if you have any questions or confusion regarding this process, feel free to give us a call. Another thing you can do to help the draining process is you can go to the furthest fixture away and open up the hot side. And you can just open it up just like this, and this will help the drain process speed up. And what this is basically, it's the theory of when you have your thumb over the straw. When you have your thumb over the straw, it holds the water in the line. And when you remove your thumb, the water drains. Well, this is kind of the same concept, except for the straw is your water line. And this right here is your thumb. Alright, once you have all of those steps complete, the next thing you can do is hook up your hose right here to the drain. And you can just take a regular flathead screwdriver and make sure that you have the other end of the hose into a floor drain, which is typically right by your water heater. And then open it up. And now we are flushing the water heater. Okay. Once you have the water heater empty, there's going to be no more water coming out of the hose. And at that point, what you might want to do to really help give it an extra push is you can go up to the shut-off valve, make sure the hose is back in the floor drain, and you can crack it on just like so. And this will help push all of the extra stuff that didn't quite make it out. You're going to give it that extra boost to just knock out whatever extra debris or junk is still in there and kind of get it outside the water heater. If you're not annually flushing out your water heater, depending on the age of the water heater, you can have a lot of buildup inside the water heater. So it's always a good idea to do it at least once a year. Once you have the water heater drained, we're going to basically reverse the steps. We're going to shut off the water heater here. And then we're going to connect our hot side water line. We're going to put that back together. And then once we have that together, we can turn the water back on and fill up the tank. The next step, you're going to turn your gas cock on and put gas back into the water heater. And then you're going to make sure that we put the pilot over to the on position, and we're going to relight the water heater. So the filling up process can be a lot quicker than the draining process because it's relying back on the pressure. And as far as your hot water is concerned, it could take up to an hour to 45 minutes before you get hotter back in the system, but it will be back. Not all water heaters are the same. We have a lot of different models, shapes, and sizes. So if you're not comfortable with dealing with this process, feel free to give us a call, because what might work for this water heater might not work for your water heater. The last step we're going to take is we're going to relight the water heater. And the process of relighting this water heater might not be the same for yours. And when we're dealing with gas, it is very important that you have a professional take care of it if you're not feeling comfortable. Here at High Five Plumbing, we all have licensed technicians who are certified to deal with gas, and we can help you with any needs that you have questions on. So we just completed flushing out this water heater on this 50-gallon Bradford White. It's always important to do this annually to keep up with your maintenance, because if you're not doing that, the calcium can build up. It can damage your anodes, which keep this thing functioning, which keeps your hot water going. And it's something that you definitely don't want to neglect because it can catch up with you.